The moon hung high above the city, casting an eerie glow on the asphalt below. The rumble of engines echoed through the night, drowning out the city's cacophony. At the forefront of the roar was 4T, the formidable leader of the Blood Knights, astride his monstrous iron beast. His bike, a blend of raw power and menacing beauty, growled like a wild beast echoing its master's fury. The memory of the red-eyed demon that had taken his family was a raw wound in 4T's heart, fueling his resolve. Every night the same haunting nightmare replayed. The demon's gleaming eyes, the blood-curdling screams, and the dreadful helplessness. His life since then had taken a solitary path painted with rage and vengeance. The pain became the foundation of the Blood Knights, a biker gang united by their collective torment. Among the Blood Knights was Jaws, a loose cannon with an unmatched skill in digital infiltration. His reckless bravery often bordered on stupidity, but it was a trait that unearthed the breakthrough they needed. Jaws had found a lead on the red-eyed demon, a lead that pointed towards Razor, the reformed gang leader of the Crescent Crew. 4T's ride through the city led him to Razor, standing under the cloak of a moonless night. They were an unlikely pair, but their shared past with the demonic entity formed an unforeseen alliance. The street-hardened gang leader and the vengeance-fueled biker found a common ground, a fight against the malevolent force that had threatened their city, their peace, their lives. The alliance marked the beginning of a chilling crusade, weaving their paths into the grim narrative etched in the heart of the city. As 4T thundered off into the night, the echo of his iron beast was a testament to his resolute spirit. He was no longer alone in his hunt. The battle against the red-eyed demon had grown beyond a personal vendetta, evolving into a fight for the salvation of their city. Days turned into nights and weeks blurred into a tireless pursuit. 4T and the Blood Knights, with the help of the Crescent Crew, scoured every dark corner of the city. They waged war against hordes of unearthly minions, their presence a dire sign of the demon's influence. The confrontation was inevitable, but the demon remained elusive, always a step ahead, leaving destruction in its wake. The trail of devastation led them to a chilling revelation, a hidden lair located deep within the city's derelict subway system. As 4T gazed upon the looming darkness of the entrance, a surge of anticipation coursed through his veins. The next phase of their hunt was about to begin, leading them deeper into the demon's den. But as he revved his iron beast, ready to plunge into the unknown, he spotted a lone figure watching them from afar. The figure, cloaked in shadows, seemed to shimmer and flicker under the city's dim lights, disappearing as suddenly as it had appeared. A small, abandoned charm lay where the figure had stood, a distinctive trinket known only to the Blood Knights. 4T picked up the charm, a cold dread settling in his heart. It belonged to Phantom, one of his trusted brothers who had gone missing weeks ago. And then it hit him, a realization like a punch to the gut. The red-eyed demon's next location wasn't a where, but a who. The final piece of the puzzle fell into place. The red-eyed demon was going after the Blood Knights one by one, turning them into its minions. Their hunt was far from over. The real battle had only just begun. There was an odd silence that hung in the air, a stillness that seemed to envelop the world around 4T. His grip tightened on the charm, the cool metal biting into his palm, grounding him in the chilling reality. He was being hunted, they all were. But this was a game he was determined to win. Determination replaced fear as he revved the engine of his bike, the monstrous roar echoing his own defiance. The rumble of engines followed suit as the rest of the Blood Knights, united in their purpose, pledged to face the incoming storm. Each battle-hardened warrior stood tall against the encroaching darkness, their loyalty unwavering, their resolve unbreakable. No demon, regardless of its power, would succeed in breaking their ranks. Not when they had so much at stake. Together they delved deeper into the subterranean lair, their path illuminated only by the faint glow of their bike's headlights. The shadows danced menacingly around them, every echo, every flicker sending adrenaline coursing through their veins. In the heart of the demon's den, they found their missing brother, Phantom, turned into an unrecognizable creature of the night. The sight of their fallen comrade only hardened their resolve. This abomination had to be stopped, once and for all. The ensuing battle was one for the ages. Iron beasts against hellish creatures, raw fury clashing against unholy might. The Blood Knights fought with everything they had, their spirits undying, their wills unyielding. When the dust finally settled, Phantom was freed from the demonic possession, his once vibrant eyes a haunting reminder of the price they had paid. 4T, battered but unbroken, held the charm out to Phantom, a silent vow that no more of his brothers would fall. The end of their battle marked the beginning of a new chapter. The red-eyed demon had retreated, but its threat still loomed in the air. The city's streets would never be the same, and neither would the Blood Knights. Their mission had evolved from a personal vendetta to a citywide crusade. They had become the city's unsung protectors, the line that stood between the living and the demonic. As the dawn painted the city with hues of a new day, a clue from the battle site revealed the next location of the red-eyed demon, an obscure symbol etched on a piece of parchment, pointing towards the city's old industrial district. The demon was nowhere near defeated, its evil still threatening the city. But as long as the Blood Knights rode the streets, they would never back down. The fight had just begun. In the Iron Beast Nightmare's echo, no one is safe, and nothing is what it seems. But in the face of overwhelming darkness, the will to fight burns brighter than ever. In the next chapter, the Blood Knights will continue their relentless pursuit, hell-bent on ending the reign of the red-eyed demon. For 4T, the night isn't a veil for fear and despair anymore. It's a call to arms, a summons to the battle that rages in the shadows. He knows now more than ever, the real nightmare isn't in his dreams. It's out there, on the streets, lurking in the city's heart. And he's ready to face it. He must be, for the sake of his brothers, for his city, and for the peace he once knew. Because in this world, the only things scarier than nightmares are the echoes they leave behind. Night fell over the city once again, shrouding it in a blanket of uncertainty. The industrial district was a grim tableau of abandoned factories and desolate warehouses, a ghost of the city's once prosperous past. This was where the red-eyed demon was supposedly hiding, biding its time before it struck again. 4T and his Blood Knights thundered through the lonely streets, their bikes growling like caged beasts. They were the only signs of life in this forgotten part of the city. But they were not alone. Something else lurked in the shadows, watching, waiting. A sudden chill ran down 4T's spine as he caught sight of a figure standing at the entrance of an old warehouse. He signaled his men to stop, the roar of engines dying down into an eerie silence. The figure was shrouded in darkness, but there was no mistaking the familiar glow of those haunting red eyes. "Show yourself!" 4T demanded, his voice echoing off the silent buildings. There was no response, just the low whisper of the night wind. Suddenly, a surge of shadows burst forth from the figure, coiling and twisting into horrifying forms. The red-eyed demon had summoned an army of the damned. What followed was a battle like none the Blood Knights had ever faced. Despite their courage and tenacity, they were heavily outnumbered. The shadows struck without mercy, tearing through their defenses. Yet the bikers stood their ground, their camaraderie and determination unyielding against the onslaught. 4T, however, had his eyes locked on the red-eyed demon. With a primal roar, he charged, his bike tearing through the shadows like a bullet. The demon barely had time to react before 4T slammed into it, sending them both crashing through the warehouse doors. Inside, amidst the broken crates and ancient machinery, 4T and the red-eyed demon faced off. The demon was stronger, but 4T was relentless. He had come too far, lost too much to back down now. He was the Iron Beast, and he would not be defeated. With a final surge of strength, 4T lunged at the demon. His fist, clad in iron, met the demon's face in a shattering impact. The demon shrieked, its form disintegrating into wisps of shadows. As the red-eyed demon vanished, a piece of parchment fluttered to the ground. 4T picked up the parchment, his heart pounding in his chest. It was a map, with a location marked at the edge of the city. It was a clue, a lead to end this once and for all. The Iron Beast had won this round, but the battle was far from over. As dawn broke, 4T and the remaining Blood Knights regrouped, nursing their wounds and mourning their losses. Their battle had exacted a heavy toll, but they would not be deterred. They were the city's last line of defense against the demon and its army of the damned. The nightmare continued, echoing through their lives with a chilling persistence. But the Blood Knights, led by the Iron Beast, were ready. They would face this nightmare, chase it to the ends of the earth if they had to. For their city, for their fallen brothers, for their very souls. This was their war to fight, their echo to silence. Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. We're so excited to have you here and share our content with you. If you're new here, make sure to click that subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait to see you in the next video.